There are 3 front-load washing machines sitting on showroom floors right now, and every appliance technician I know has quietly recommended them to their own families. Not because they are cheap, because after 16 years of service calls, I have watched these machines outlast every premium brand that outsells them. The LG WM3400CW, the Whirlpool WFW560CHW, and the GE GFW655SSVWW. 3 washers the industry forgot to talk about. Today I am counting down all 3, going deepest on number 1. That one will change how you buy a washer. Let's get into it. Number 3 is the machine I almost never see on a repair call. And when the Whirlpool WFW560CHW does show up on my schedule, it is almost always something the owner caused. Wrong detergent, a sock jammed in the drain pump, feet that were never leveled after delivery. The machine itself just runs. I had a customer about 2 years ago, a woman in her early 50s, commuting 40 minutes each way doing laundry twice a week. She called me before buying a Samsung front loader she found for $1,100. Steam function, touch display, 5 diagnostic modes she would never use. I told her straight, "You are paying $300 for features that add 3 components that can fail and do nothing for your clothes." She asked what I would buy. I pulled up the WFW560CHW on my phone, $649 at a competing retailer, installation included. She bought it. That was 26 months ago. She has spent exactly $0 on repairs. The one call I made to her address was for a dryer in a completely different brand. Here is what nobody tells you about the WFW560CHW. Whirlpool stripped this machine down on purpose. It is not a budget appliance that cut corners to hit a price. It is a simplified machine that removed complexity specifically to improve long-term durability. No steam generator to scale up and leak. No Wi-Fi board to corrupt and throw fault codes at 2 in the morning. No vibration sensor array that needs recalibration after a move. It uses a direct drive motor. Fewer moving parts than a belt drive system. Less heat buildup, longer bearing life. The control board runs a smaller software stack, which means fewer firmware-related failures. In the field, simpler always outlasts complicated. That is not opinion. That is 16 years of callback records. Price right now, $599 to $699, depending on the retailer. A Samsung WF455R6100AW with comparable capacity runs $749 to $849. A comparable LG with a ThinQ feature set hits $899 to $999. That is up to $400 more for connectivity functions and steam cycles that generate the majority of service calls I see on those brands. When you are shopping for one, check 3 things. First, run a spin cycle and put your hand flat on the cabinet. Mild vibration is normal. Anything that walks the machine across the floor or rattles the access panel means the shipping bolts were never removed or the leveling feet were never adjusted. Both fixable in 5 minutes, but negotiate a floor model discount before you agree. Second, inspect the door boot seal for black mold in the folds. That is a previous owner maintenance failure, not a machine defect, but a replacement boot runs about $120 installed and is worth negotiating off the asking price. Third, check whether the drain pump filter has been serviced. It is behind a small panel at the lower front. If the seller cannot tell you the last time it was cleaned, plan 30 minutes and do it yourself before the first cycle. Who should buy it? If you want a front loader that runs for a decade without much attention, this is it. If you are done paying for features that generate your repair bills, this is your exit. If you do laundry constantly and need a machine that simply shows up every time, buy this one. Who should skip it? If you need steam sanitized for allergy control, this machine does not have it. If smart home integration is a priority, app monitoring, cycle alerts, remote control, Look at a different machine. The WFW560CHW is stripped on purpose, and that is the trade-off. Number 2 is the GE GFW655SSVWW, and I will tell you what I see every time one comes up on my route. Almost nothing to do. I have been logging my service records for 4 years. The overwhelming majority of GFW 655 calls I have been dispatched on were installation problems or user errors, wrong cycle selection, detergent buildup from too much HE soap. The machine itself rarely fails. Current market price for the GFW 655SSVWW, $799 to $949 depending on finish. A Bosch 500 series front loader in the same capacity range starts at $1,099. A Samsung WF53BB8 900AV with similar specs runs $1,049. That is $100 to $250 more for machines that show up on my service route far more often. The most expensive single repair I have done on a GFW 655 was a door latch assembly at 74,000 cycles. $185, parts and labor. That is my worst case number on this machine. On a same age Bosch, I have invoiced $420 for a control module. The GE is not close. Who should skip it? If your closet needs a 24-inch machine, the GFW 655 does not fit. It runs 28 inches wide. If you need a larger drum for heavy daily loads, size up. And if brand name recognition matters to you, the gap is real. If you think the GE is a hidden value, number 1 is going to make you reconsider every appliance purchase you have ever made. Number 1 is a front load washer with the same motor platform as LG's $1,400 flagship, the same drum bearing design, and a 10-year motor warranty. On a machine that retails for $649, it is the LG WM3400CW. 2 years ago, a property manager came in, mid-40s, 12 rental units, handles every maintenance call himself, buying washers in pairs, budgeted $2,200 for 2 machines. He had been looking at LG WM4000 HWA units at $1,099 each. I asked if he had seen the WM3400CW. He had not. Same inverter direct drive motor, same drum, smaller feature list, $649 each at the time. He bought 4. That was 19 months ago. 0 service calls on any of them. Not one. Here's the detail that matters. The WM3400CW uses LG's inverter direct drive motor. No belt, no pulley, no mechanical wear point between the motor and the drum. The shaft connects directly, which means fewer components to degrade and less energy lost to friction on every cycle. LG backs this with a 10-year motor warranty on every unit in the line. That is not a budget brand being generous. That is an engineering team confident enough in their motor to put it in writing. Price, $649 to $799, depending on retailer. The LG WM4000 HWA with steam and turbo wash runs $999 to $1,099. A Samsung WF45R610AW sits at $749 to $849. You're paying more on those two for features that generate more callbacks on my route than the WM3400CW ever does. Real service costs from my own calls. Door boot seal, $145 parts and labor. Control board, $220. Drum bearing, done that once on a WM3400 series at 190,000 cycles, $310. When buying one, check 3 things. First, run a hot cycle and inspect the door seal base for moisture. A drip means the boot is failing. Negotiate $100 off replace it for $40 in parts. Second, pull the dispenser drawer and check for soap residue buildup. Heavy residue means the previous owner overdosed, stressing the dispenser valve. Rinse and run a drum clean cycle before you commit. Third, check the door hinge for lateral play. A loose hinge is a $90 fix, but tells you how the machine was loaded. Who should buy it? Anyone who wants 10 years of reliable washing without spending more than $800. Anyone running a high-volume household, large family, rental units, constant loads. Who needs a machine that shows up every time? And anyone smart enough to care more about the warranty card than the feature list. Who should skip it? Step up to the WM4000HWA if you need steam sanitized for allergen control. Go larger if you regularly wash 2 king comforters at once. This drum runs 4.5 cubic feet. And if resale value or brand name recognition matters more than total cost of ownership, look at a different machine. My final take? Best front load washer under $800. Same motor as LG's $1,400 unit, 10-year warranty on that motor, priced like the market forgot what is under the lid. So there it is. The Whirlpool WFW560CHW. Simplified deliberately, built to outlast machines that cost more. The GE GFW655SSVWW. Lowest callback rate I track. Inverter engineering most buyers never find. The LG WM3400CW. Direct drive, 10-year warranty priced like the market forgot. You now know 3 washers built to run for a decade. If you want to know which machines cost the most in hidden repairs, that video is right here. Keep taking care of your machines, and they will take care of you, like if this helped.